Constipation on Ozempic or Mounjaro is often not a fiber problem. It is usually a movement problem first. These drugs slow how fast your stomach empties, and that slower pace can affect the rest of the gut. More fiber can help, but in the wrong situation, it can add pressure before it adds relief. Sometimes the better first move is not more fiber at all. Most people assume constipation means one fix. Eat more fiber, wait, and everything improves. That sounds healthy, but it is not always right on these drugs. If the system is already moving slowly, adding bulk too early can make you feel fuller, tighter, and more uncomfortable. There are usually two patterns. One person is truly low in fiber and fluid, so stool becomes dry and hard. Another person is eating less, drinking less, and moving less, while the gut is also slowing down. The first person may benefit from more fiber and water. The second may first need better movement, more fluid, and more regular intake. I'm Dr. Kim, a licensed physician. This is not medical advice. Consult your doctor. Constipation on Ozempic, Semaglutide, or Mounjaro, Tirzepatide, is not one single problem. You first need to ask what is actually driving it. If you treat slow movement like a simple fiber shortage, you may build up more pressure without creating better flow. These drugs often cut appetite quickly. People eat less total food and drink less without noticing. Some also move less because they feel full or slightly nauseated. Less food gives the bowel less reason to move. Slower stomach emptying can delay the whole process even more. Many people feel backed up. Buy a fiber supplement and start with a full dose. But the stool may already be sitting there, and fluid intake may already be poor. In that setting, more fiber can feel like stacking boxes in a hallway that was already crowded. Fiber is not wrong by definition. It is just not neutral. In the right person, it softens stool and helps regularity. In the wrong person, especially with bloating, early fullness, and low fluid intake, it can increase pressure before relief arrives. That is why a good idea can create a bad week. Start with symptoms, not the label. Stool texture matters too. If you are eating very little, feeling full for hours, burping more, and getting constipated, the bigger problem may be slowing. If stool is mainly small, dry, and hard, low fiber and low fluid may matter more. Timing gives you another clue. If constipation gets worse right after a dose increase, that points more toward drug effect and slower movement. If it builds more gradually with low vegetables, low fluid, and too little food overall, your daily intake may be the stronger driver. Many people have both, but one usually leads. Eating less does not always make constipation lighter. Sometimes it makes constipation worse, because food also helps trigger motion through the gut. The real problem is often bigger than missing fiber. Someone can eat less, lose meal rhythm, drink less, move less, and end up more backed up than before. A supplement may help at the edges. It cannot fully rescue a routine that lost food volume, fluid, movement, and rhythm all at once. That is why the more useful fix often sounds boring. Regular fluid intake and walking matter. Eating enough total food matters. Having meals at somewhat regular times matters too. A bowel that sees tiny meals, long gaps, and low fluid often behaves like a slow workplace after half the staff stayed home. Some people are not truly unable to go. They keep ignoring the urge because they are busy, uncomfortable, or not at home. Other people barely get the urge at all because the gut rhythm slowed. In the first group, routine helps a lot. In the second, more fiber alone may not solve the delay. When fiber does help, the setting is usually pretty specific. Bloating is mild, not dominant. Fluid intake is decent. The person is not already feeling packed after small meals. In that setting, a gentler fiber mixed with water may be easier to tolerate than a heavy supplement taken in a large dose. When fiber is the wrong first move, the signs are usually clear. Pressure rises and appetite drops further. The abdomen feels more stretched, not less. You may pass very little stool or gas, yet still feel fuller. That is the moment to stop assuming more bulk, means more relief. The bowel usually responds better to smaller, steady habits than to one rescue attempt. Regular fluid, regular food, regular walking, and regular bathroom timing usually matter more than a single heroic fix. Pattern beats intensity here. Water changes the picture too. Fiber behaves differently in a dry system than in a well-hydrated one. If you add bulk while drinking very little, stool can stay firm and harder to move. That is one reason people call fiber useless when the real problem was fiber plus low fluid. A different tool may still help in the right setting. A stool softener may help. A laxative that pulls water into the bowel may help. Sometimes dose timing or dose escalation needs a closer look with your clinician. The key is matching the fix to the reason the backup happened. Food quality matters too. Very low intake can turn meals into shakes, snack foods, or random bites with little structure. That can make stool less predictable and reduce fluid balance. A real meal with some protein, some produce, and enough total volume may help more than another clever add-on product. It also gives your body a more reliable signal to keep the routine moving. So the practical question is simple. What pattern sounds most like you? Are you mainly dry and hard, or mainly slow, full, and bloated? Are you eating enough total food to keep things moving? Did this change after a dose increase? Those answers help you choose the first step more intelligently. They also help you avoid blaming fiber when the real issue is slower movement plus a smaller daily routine. That makes your next step more targeted from the start. There is one important exception. Several days without a bowel movement, significant pain, vomiting, or inability to pass gas moves this out of the self-fix category. That is not a fiber question anymore. That needs medical guidance promptly because the problem may be more than ordinary constipation. Outside those warning signs, the bottom line is simple. Constipation on Ozempic or Mounjaro is often about slowed movement plus reduced intake, not just missing fiber. Fiber can help, but only when it matches the pattern. If the gut already feels crowded, adding bulk can make the first stage worse, not better. Think mechanism before supplement. That one line can save a lot of bloating, frustration, and wasted trial and error. Treat the pattern you actually have, not the healthy-sounding rule you heard online. That is usually the difference between guessing and choosing the better first move. Medicine simplified. That's what this channel does. If you want more, hit subscribe. This is not medical advice. Consult your doctor.